Can anybody with a near-field induction communication system control your pacemaker, or does it need authentication?
As long as you have the equipment that is meant to communicate with the device, anyone can operate it and get it to talk to my pacemaker. So it's not really authenticating the person using the device. You just need to be in possession of the device.
But how easy is it to obtain a machine that can control pacemakers?
In my case, I just searched for my device manufacturer's programmer on eBay, and I bought it on eBay, so it was very easy.
So pretty much anybody can control a pacemaker?
Anybody who is in possession of the equipment can control a pacemaker, yes.
Is it possible to make it portable so you can take it with you, or is it very large and heavy?
It's quite large and heavy, but they are sort of portable because also in hospitals they need to be able to carry the equipment out to the patient.
And compared to before you started the investigation of the security of your pacemaker, do you feel more or less safe now?
I actually felt less safe when I discovered that I had an additional wireless interface that I didn't know about in my pacemaker. And if I had been given the opportunity to choose between different pacemakers, I think I would have opted for one without this remote monitoring functionality. Because for me, as a security researcher, this is just an increased attack surface. And I really need to do more investigations to tell if I think it's secure enough.
Do you think pacemakers in general should be kept away from wireless communication?
There's a lot of benefits also having wireless communication. The first versions of pacemakers, you couldn't really configure them after you had implanted them inside the body, and that's not very good because then you need to have surgery to change its settings. So that's why I think it's a very good thing that you have the possibility of wirelessly talking to it.
In your opinion, would it be safer if all software in medical devices and public infrastructure were developed with open source code?
Open source doesn't equal safety, but I really want to have more transparency, and I don't want medical devices to be like proprietary black boxes where you can't inspect the code or can't do third-party testing. So there are different ways of securing them, and part of it is to make it open source so that more people can look at the implementation of the security. But of course, as you've seen in other examples, just making something open source doesn't automatically make it secure.
Yes. And what do you think we need to do if we want to be able to trust our medical devices in the future?
So to trust our medical devices, there's a lot of things that can be done. I'm part of a group called I Am the Cavalry, and we have recently issued something called the Hippocratic Oath for Connected Medical Devices, which is 5 steps that you can take as a manufacturer of a medical device to make it more secure. And I think that if manufacturers follow these 5 steps, we will have better cyber safety for medical devices. And those steps are, first, we need to have cyber safety by design. So these devices have to be designed so that they are secure from the start. Because a lot of the legacy equipment we have is not really meant for a connected environment. So when things get connected and we get the medical Internet of Things, we need to look at the security in a different way than when these devices were isolated. So that's the first step. And then we also need to have increased collaboration between third parties. So when security researchers discover flaws, it's very important that they can have a very good effective communication with the vendors, and so that we can have updates and patches and then increase cyber safety of the devices. And also we need to have cyber resilience and containment in these devices, so that if something goes wrong, it fails in a more secure way, and it can sort of still maintain its critical functionality even though something goes wrong with it. And we need to have the possibility of updating these devices so that we have a good ecosystem for issuing updates, software updates to them, so that they can get patched. And the last point is that we need to have a possibility of forensic capture and logging capabilities of the devices, so that when something fails, when something goes wrong, it's possible to investigate and see what caused this failure. So these 5 steps, I think, is a very good start to make medical devices more cyber safe.
That's all the questions for now, and good luck with the research.
Thank you.